Alright, today I'm just going to be looking at my zombie deck and probably talking about some cards. Alright, in my zombie deck, I just have some basic lands first. It's got 14 basic swamps. And then I have 2 spawning pools. And what these do is, they add swamp, so they just do add this instead of just colorless mana. And if you pay 1 and a black, it becomes a 1/1 black creature, which will generate this creature. So if you don't have any creatures on the board, you can turn it into a blocker, or even attack with it if you want. So those are pretty cool. So I have 2 of these. And then the next land I have is a Crypt of Agadim, and it adds 1 black to your pool. And if you pay 2 and tap it, it adds 1 black to your pool for each creature in your graveyard. So if you have a bunch of creatures in your graveyard, in my case a bunch of zombies, it could be helpful. But early on, it's usually not that good. But I mean, it's still a land, so it's nice. Then I have a Blighted Fen, and this adds just one out of black to your mana pool. And if you pay 4 and a black, and then sacrifice this, target opponent sacrifices a creature. So it's good to have this on the board, just to let them know that you can make them sacrifice a creature. Yeah, very cool. I also have this, Cathedral of War. I really like this card. It enters the battlefield tap, and it just adds 1 to your mana pool. And it has Exalted, so if a creature attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 to the end of turn. That's really good, especially if you're just attacking with 1 creature. And +1/+1 is always very nice. Cool. Then I have a Radiant Fountain. And this just adds 1 to your mana pool, and I just have this to gain a little bit of life if I need it. So when you play this, you just gain 2 life. I wish it didn't enter tap, but what do you expect? You get 2 life. Then the next land I have is Mortuary Mire. Enters the battlefield tapped, and it adds a swamp to your mana pool. When it enters the battlefield, you may put target creature from your graveyard on top of your library. So it's kind of cool, and it gives you the choice, so if you want to or not, you can always put a creature back if you don't have like a raised dead or something. Very cool. The next land I haven't had much time to play with this one, I just put it in, is the Unholy Grotto. I forgot I even had this. Adds 1 to your mana pool, and it's very cheap. It's 1 black and tap this, put target zombie card from your graveyard on top of your library. Very nice. Onto my spells and enchantments. I have a Bad Moon, and it gives all black creatures +1/+1, and that's board wide, so if your opponent has black, it gives them +1/+1 also, but still, it's pretty good. I also have a Jet Medallion. Black spells cost you 1 life to cast, so it's not bad. Not bad, get some spells out there faster. I have a Zombified. Maybe I should have more of these, I'm not sure. And it's return target creature from your graveyard to play, so it's not in your hand, just directly into play. Very nice. And I have a Clutch of Undead. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 as long as it's a zombie, otherwise it gets -3/-3. So that's pretty good. As long as you have zombies and your opponent doesn't, you can either play this on your creatures or play it on your opponent to give it the -3/-3. Very cool. Interesting. He's got a face on his belly. I have this. I don't even know if I've even used it that much. Mostly just, I don't know. Vampiric Embrace. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 in flying. Whenever a creature is safely dealt damage by enchanted creature, this turn is put to a graveyard, put +1/+1 counter on creature. So if you keep killing creatures with this, you can add more counters and make it stronger and stronger. But it has flying, so really, they can't block it. Or you can use it as a blocker, I guess. Get some counters. Cool. Interesting art. This one's pretty good, I like, but I'm always scared to play because I don't want to get exiled or something. But it's Grave Pact, and whenever a creature you control is put into a graveyard, each other player sacrifices a creature. So if you have a creature out, they kill it, you put it in the graveyard, then they have to sacrifice a creature. So it puts pressure on them. Very cool. Then I have a Palace Siege, and this is enchantment. As Palace Siege enters the battlefield, choose cons or dragons. And if you choose cons, it's at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. And if you choose dragons, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. So either of those are pretty dang good, I think. Especially for a zombie deck. I like it. Yeah. Then I have Profane Command. There we go. And it has choose 2, and it's a sorcery. Target player loses X life, and it's 2 black and an X. Or return target creature with converted mana cost extra less from your graveyard to the battlefield, so not to your hand, right to the battlefield. Or you can have target creature gets -X until end of turn, or up to X target creatures gain fear until end of turn. So yeah, it's actually pretty useful. I like it. And then I have 2 raised heads, and they're just a 1-drop black, and it's return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. So if you have a creature in your graveyard, just bring it back to your hand. Yeah, and I got 2. And then I only have 2 dark rituals in this right now. And these are actually really helpful, especially if you get them early off. Especially if you get them in your opening hand. It's amazing. Because it's pay 1 and then adds 3 to your mana pool. Very cool. These come in handy. I don't know how I feel much about this card. No, not this one. This one is fine. Vile Rebirth. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. Put a 2/2 zombie creature token on the battlefield. Very cool. Like it, so you can just get rid of a creature in your graveyard and put a zombie token on the field. This is one. This one's it's all right, but they can't be black. It's Feast or Famine. I like the art. Very cool. And it says bury target non-black non-artifact creature or put a zombie token into play. Treat this token as a 2/2 black creature. So if it's not black or not artifact, you can kill it, and then you can also bring a zombie token into play. 2/2. Very cool. I feel like I should maybe replace this with just another murder. And then I have 2 murders right now. And these are really good, I feel. Just destroy target creature. And they're pretty cheap, and yeah, just get the job done. Then I have the next one. Is a Veilborn Ghoul. And Veilborn Ghoul cannot block, which, it's whatever, but the second ability is its best. Whenever a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, you may return this Veilborn Ghoul from the graveyard to your hand. So if he dies, you play Swamp, bring him back to your hand. Very cool, just gotta remember to do that. It's kind of expensive though to play, I think. I mean, it has a 4/1. Wish it had like a 4/2. But that's alright. Then I have, the next one is Grave Defiler. And this one's pretty good to get some zombies in your hand. And it says when Grave Defiler comes into play, reveal top 4 cards of your library. Put all zombie cards revealed this way in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. So cool, you gotta look for some zombies in the top 4 cards. Or if not, you gotta look at some cards and throw them on the bottom of your graveyard and be sad. I mean the bottom of your library and be sad. And it has a regeneration cost, which is 1 and a black. Interesting art. This one I think I just put in. Cabal Interrogator. And it's a 2. And it has a 1/1. And it has X in black and tap. Target creature reveals X cards from his or her hand. And you choose one of them. That player discards that card. Play this ability only any time you can play a sorcery. So that's cool. Put pressure on them and get a look at their hand. And if you can really look at their whole hand if you want, if you pay that much. But even if not, you can just pay 1 and make them get rid of a card. I mean 2. Cool. My next card is, let me see. Skin Thinner. Oh, yeah, these are pretty cool. You can either just play it as a 2/1, or if you morph it, it's a 2/2, and when it turns face up, it destroys target non-black creature, and it can't be regenerated. So if they have some non-black creatures out, you can always just morph this down. It's nice to have 2 options. Very cool. Love the art. Very scary. Then the next I have 2 Noxious Schools. And whenever Noxious Ghoul, another zombie comes into play, all non-zombie creatures get -1/-1 until the end of turn. That's pretty good, especially if you're playing a lot of zombies. You can just put this out, give a creature -1/-1, and you put out some more zombies, and then stack those abilities. Very cool. Just get rid of their creatures. Awesome. The next one, this is my biggest zombie, I believe. The Zombie Brute. He's trying to get out of prison. And it's a 5/4 and has Amplify 1. As this card comes into play, put a 1/1 counter on it for each zombie card you reveal in your hand. And it also has Trample, which is a great ability. So if you have a handful of zombies, I would play this. And then if you feel like revealing them, just show them your zombies. Give it a lot of strength. But it is pretty expensive to play. But what do you expect? It's a big zombie. Very cool. This card, I almost want to swap it out with something. Sultai Emissary. I mean, it's alright, but when it dies, you have to manifest the top card of your library into a 2/2. So if it's not a creature card, you can't just flip that manifested card for over, so it's kind of just gone. And sometimes it makes you sad what the manifest card is. But I mean, it's pretty good because it's a 1/1, and then when it dies, it gets a 2/2. Very cool. This card is good. The Soulless one. Its power and toughness is equal to the number of zombies in play and the number of zombies in our graveyard. So my little brother recently started playing with a zombie deck, and this is good against that because it even counts the zombie he has in his graveyard and in play. Very cool. Can get very strong. Very cool. Woe Bearer. I like this card. It's kind of expensive, I feel, but it has good ability. It's a 4 and a black. It has fear, so it can't be blocked except by black or artifact creatures. And whenever this creature deals damage to a player, you may turn target creature from your graveyard to your hand. So, yeah, you can just keep bringing creatures back if you make it through their defense. Very cool. Then this one is Lilliana Reaver. This card is pretty good, I feel. It has Death Touch, which is one of my favorite abilities. And whenever Lilliana Reaver deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you put a 2/2 black zombie token on the battlefield. So it really makes them want to block, and it has Death Touch, so it'll get rid of whatever it is, unless it's like regenerated or something. And it makes them discard a card if you make it through. Very cool. The next card I have is Frightshout Courrier. I have these cards. I don't know if I feel about them because I don't even know if I've used their ability yet. Maybe I have. I feel like I probably have. You may choose not to untap this creature during your untap step, and if you pay 2 and a black, which is its cost, and tap it, as long as Frightshout Courrier remains tapped, target zombie gets +2/+2 and has fear. So you could give a zombie fear and +2/+2, which is pretty good, I feel, but most of the time I'm just using him to block or attack or something because I have pressure out. I don't know. But still, very cool in that I like the dual options that if you want to use it, you can use it. Cool. And next, I really like these ones. I got 3 Festering Goblins. And these are just a 1-drop, 1/1. And one, let's get to focus. 1 Festering Goblin is put in the graveyard from play. Target creature gets -1, -1 until end of turn. So if you get these in your hand early on, they're pretty good. You can just, even if the other person has a 2/2, you can block with this. Take away 1 of the damage because you blocked, and then do the next damage to him, -1, -1, and kill him. Or else those new freaking Eldrazi tokens, you can just use this to get rid of those too. Block 1, kill another. Very cool. I like these. These are probably my favorite cards in here. I have 2 Zombie Masters. Let's get to focus. Here we go. I feel like these are pretty good. They're 3-drop, and it's a 2/3, and it has all zombies gain Swamp Walk and have pay 1, regenerates for as long as this card remains in play. So very cool. You can just pretty much just pay 1, keep your zombies alive, pay 1 for each of your zombies, and yeah, very cool. I've used these a lot of times, or used the regeneration ability a lot of times, and just use them as blockers. Very cool. Love these guys. Next, I have 2 Severed Legion, and these are just 3 for a 2/2, and they just have fear. These are pretty cool. There's been a lot of games where I just constantly attack with these, and they can't do anything because it has fear, and just get 2 damage to them. So very cool. Gotta say, yeah, I feel like the black border looks nicer. Maybe I'll swap out this with it. Maybe. I just added this one in here because my little brother started playing with zombies too, and this is a Withered Wretch, and it has 1, remove target card in graveyard from the game. This came in real handy. I almost want to put in another when I'm playing with him, because I got this early game, and pretty much he couldn't return any of his cards because I just kept paying 1 and just exiling all of his cards in his graveyard. Very cool. I love this, and it's a 2 for a 2/2. Can't beat it. And then my last cards, I have 2 Gem Palm Polluter. And these are really awesome, especially if the opponent also has zombies in play. I mainly just cycle these. And the cycle ability is when you cycle Gem Palm Polluter, you may have target player lose 1 life for each zombie in play. So really, if you have 4 zombies in play, just cycle this to lose 4 zombies. And yeah, very cool. Alright, that's my zombie deck, and yeah, just felt like talking about it. Thanks. Bye.